It's been a while since I've done a video about my diet, so I thought it might be time to do another one now. And we can talk about carnivore, carbs, and fueling for an athlete, because that's the experience that I've been through. So why don't we get stuck into that right now? Okay, so before we get into this, there's a couple of things that I just want to explain to you. The first one is I'm a full-time athlete. So I train every single day. I'm not at the moment doing my running because I've got an injury, 2 injuries in fact. But normally I'd be training every day and doing a lot of miles in a very hot and humid climate here in Cancun in Mexico. So that's the first parameter. So I eat food to get fuel and to get quality fuel for being able to run ultra distances. The second reason I eat food is because I love food. I love trying different foods. I've lived in 8 different countries around the world in my 58 years so far, and I enjoy trying the cuisine from different countries, learning about the food, and enjoying the food. That's another reason why I eat. I also eat because it makes me feel good, and it also tells me where my body's at in terms of my fitness levels, because if I'm fueling my body in a bad way, if I'm eating junk food for instance, my body immediately tells me that I'm not doing the right thing. So food is a barometer for my overall health as well. So they're the 3 main reasons why I eat food, and also obviously to stay healthy by eating as healthy as I possibly can. So recently I have undertaken a huge physical challenge. I attempted to run 1,000 miles through the UK. And before going to the UK, I was on a carnivore diet, and I had a few problems, and I went to see a doctor. I got some blood tests done, and there was an underlying problem with my kidneys. Now, this was not related to the carnivore diet, or we don't know. So I'm not suggesting for 1 minute that I had problems with my kidneys because of carnivore. I'm also not giving medical advice on this video, so please note that. So I decided to start introducing carbs again to my diet at a lower level than I was before, and I went off to the UK at the beginning of May to undertake this amazing 1,000 mile run across England, Wales and Scotland. And the run was going really well up to day 28. I'd done about 450 miles of the 1,000 miles, and unfortunately I picked up 2 injuries. I got 2 leg injuries, shin splints in one leg, and I got a hairline stress fracture in my left leg, which I'm still coping with both of those injuries and going through my rehabilitation process at the moment. Now, while I was in the UK and doing the run, I decided that I wanted to try a lot of the food in the UK, Cornish pasties and fish and chips and things that I enjoy eating that I don't get access to here in Mexico very readily. So I wanted to try those things while I was in the UK. Because I was burning around 5,500 calories a day on my run, I decided that I wanted to enjoy myself. My wife and I went for a life experience trip as well as doing the physical component of it. So that's another reason why I changed my diet accordingly during that time. Now, we've been back from the UK for about 10 days now, and I'm going through my rehab process and trying to get myself ready to start running again, which is going to be unfortunately about 2 months away. And during that time I've decided that I'm going to reevaluate and relook at this whole diet process. And being a full-time athlete, I have to be really careful because I'm burning a lot of calories. I'm also living in a very hot and humid environment, so hydration is super important. Getting enough electrolytes is super important, and it's a real balancing act. So as I said in my previous videos, I've been reaching out to different people, particularly in the ultra distance community, and finding out what they're doing as far as their diet goes, as far as their hydration goes, and just learning about that process more and more. We all know there's lots of videos like this one on YouTube that people can watch that are sharing opinions about the carnivore diet and about the different ways of eating, and lots of different good experiences to take note of, I guess, and get information from. Again, I'm not selling myself as an expert in this space, so just want to make that really clear. Anyway, I've come back now to Mexico and I've decided that I'm going to reintroduce a lot of meat into my diet, and eggs and butter and salt, and I'm going to focus on that, but I'm also going to keep the carbs going in a small amount. So I call this the Carnivore Plus diet. And we all love naming things and having labeling protocols for stuff, right? So people will say, no, that's a keto diet you're on, and yeah, okay, whatever you want to call it, I'm calling it Carnivore Plus, okay? And I'm starting off on that now to just see how that impacts me. Now, the one thing, the caveat here is that I'm not doing any running at the moment, so I'm not burning anywhere near the amount of calories that I was. I'm doing a lot of mobility work, core training, strength training. I am swimming quite a lot, around about 2 to 3 miles a day. So that's my training output at the moment. So it's not quite as much as I was doing when I was doing a lot of extensive running. So I've started on that journey again now, and I'm going to be making videos here on a frequent basis again to share with people about how that particular way of eating is working for me. Again, I would say it's about 90% carnivore and the rest topping up with carbs. I also have protocol around nutrition that I take when I'm running and exercising, and I'm going to show you some of that stuff as well. So let me just show you some of the things that I'm taking for nutrition. So I've got them all laid out here, and this is a product called Resilient Nutrition. It's fantastic. This is what I was using on my run. So this is a high protein nut butter product. Comes in different flavors. SOS hydration drink. These are electrolytes as well that I take, and more of the nut butter there in different kinds of different ones there. So I take those as part of my supplement when I'm running and training, and that's what I'll dial into. But if you come over to the fridge, we've got lots of meat. We've only got meat in the freezer, and yeah, that's what I'm committed to. So I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm going to introduce myself slowly again into that process, and I'm going to just level up a little bit when I start running again. So I'm going to be making videos about how the Carnivore Plus diet is working as far as giving me that energy level that I need for endurance running. So that could be interesting to some people watching this video. So there we go. That's the real latest update on where I'm at. Experimented with Carnivore at the beginning of the year. Then I led into my big run in the UK, which I did, 450 miles completed. And now I've come back to Mexico, and I'm going to level up again with going Carnivore Plus, as I'm calling it. I'm interested to see what sort of comments I get about that. So follow along the journey, see how this diet goes for me. And again, I'm going to share everything that's happening. So whether I have sleepless nights or whether I get headaches or whatever it is, I'm going to be sharing it here on my channel. So please hit the subscribe button, the bell notification. You'll be notified every time I drop a video. And because I'm not running at the moment and I'm in a bit of a recovery phase, I'm going to be making different videos on this channel just about different things that I'm interested in life. Diet is one of those things, so if you're interested in following along, then please do so. I'd love your support. And don't forget to drop your comments. Tell me if you have just started Carnivore, if you're going to go on Carnivore, if you've been on it for a while and it's working well for you. Remember, respect to everybody else. It doesn't work for everybody. But yeah, let me know in the comments. I'd be really interested to hear. Okay, it's time for me to go and have something to eat, so I'm going to do that now, and it's probably going to be some meat. So there we go. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll see you again really soon in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and see you soon.